You ain't a brokey. Big Lotto. Big Lotto. If you went with me last night on that three-teamer, you ain't a brokey. Big Lotto. Yeah. Shout out to Big Lotto. Recap on the college basketball on the three-teamer I had last night. Louisiana Tech and Grand Canyon. Louisiana Tech couldn't lose by no more than 2.5 points. Okay. Louisiana Tech won the game by 8 points last night, 74-66. The next game we went with, if you were rolling with me, Middle Tennessee played California Baptist last night. Middle Tennessee had to win by at least 4.5 points or more. They won 75-64. Won by 11. Last but not least, the team I really didn't know nothing about, Southern Utah, played New Mexico State. New Mexico State had to beat Southern Utah by 4.5 points. We went with Southern Utah not to get beat by 4.5 points. They got beat by 3. So, if you roll with me, you welcome. You welcome. I think I got something else for us. Yeah. Check me out. Today, tip-off time. DePaul playing St. John's. Now, DePaul is 8-2. They 0-1 in the Big East. St. John's is 8-2. They 0-0. This one would be their first conference game tonight. They are playing in, I'm gonna mess this up, Carnesecca Arena, CARNESECCA Arena in Queens, New York. Say, LaGuardia Airport is right there in Queens. I've been to New York back in 2002. Believe it or not, sidebar. Back in 2002, I had the privilege of getting a chance to go to the 2002 NFL Draft. Right there in Madison Square Garden in 2002. That's another conversation for my story time that I will tell coming up shortly. We'll get it on. But anyway, I had a good time, New York. I shall return. But DePaul is supposed to get beat by St. John's by 13.5 points. St. John's is good now. I just don't think they that good. Take DePaul not to get beat by 13.5. That's what we're gonna roll with today. That's what we're gonna do. Not to get beat by 13.5. Take DePaul. Next game, tip-off time, 6 p.m. ESPN2. Gardner Webb is going to be playing Georgia Southern right over there at Hannon Fieldhouse in Statesboro, Georgia. Gardner Webb is 4-7. They 1-5 away. Georgia Southern is 6-5. They 4-0 at home. The line is 3.5. Georgia Southern supposed to win by 3.5. Take Georgia Southern. They should win by 7. That's what we're gonna roll with. They 6-5 and they haven't lost a game at home. 4-0. I think they're gonna keep the ball rolling right on tonight. So, thus far, DePaul not to get beat by 13.5, playing St. John's. Gardner-Webb, Georgia Southern to win by 3.5. Take Georgia Southern. Last but not least, on ESPN Plus, tip-off time, 9 p.m. late game. We going over there in Cali, California. Cal Poly is going to be playing Denver. Denver is 6-7. They 1-5 away. Cal Poly is 5-7, and they are 3-1 at home. I don't know what Vegas know, but they got Cal Poly to beat Denver by 10.5 points. I don't see it. So, let's take Denver, the 6-7 team, 1-5 away, not to get beat by a 5-7 team. That is 3-1 at home, but 10.5 points. We're gonna take the 10.5 Denver not to get beat by 10.5. And they over there at that Mott Athletic Center in San Luis Obispo, California. 9 p.m. tip-off time. ESPN Plus. Quick recap and I'm going to let you out the door. Cal Poly playing Denver. Take the 10.5. Denver not to get beat by more than 10.5 points. Gardner-Webb 4-7, 1-5 away, playing Georgia Southern. 6-5, 4-0 at home. Georgia Southern gonna continue to roll. They will win by 3.5, and then DePaul and St. John's take DePaul not to get beat by 13.5 points. That's my time. If I see anything else, I'll get back on the line. We'll holler.